So I looked at my list, and there are. I have one, and it's influential, and I'm going to talk about that in this one. But there's one that I definitely want to talk about tonight, so it's going to be this one and one more, and then I'm going to bed. Okay, I'm going to wash all this off. I'm going to go to bed, and we're going to reset for tomorrow, and we're going to do a better job on the makeup tomorrow. But I'm really excited to talk about. I am happy to talk. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm ready to talk about this book because it did influence my life. But the book after this, I'm a little too jazzed to talk about, so I'm gonna do it tonight because it's putting me in a good mood. So, but that's not to take away from this book. And this book is actually a series, but it's not like the whole series isn't influential to me. It is literally the first book that that I keep coming back to in my mind. The subsequent books they're interesting and they're good. I'm pretty sure I've read the whole series. I'm fairly certain I read all of them. And I do have the titles written down. I only got the whatever it's called, the cover. I only got the cover for the first one because that's the one I'm talking about. But there's a whole series. I'm going to read the description and the book titles for the rest of the series and the series name off of my list. It's not like Magravandias where I have it memorized because I think about it too much and I like research it too much. I have looked up fan fiction and fan art so many times it's not even funny. And I can't really write fan fiction, so like because it just like I love that other people can because I want to read their perspectives, but then I get too hard on myself for not making it as realistic to the characters as the author would because I'm not the author. So like I can't write fan fiction and it's because I'm too hard on myself. Um but I do like fan fiction and I wish there was Magravandia's fan fiction because I would read so much of it. But we're not talking about Magravandia's right now, and it has a name. I think it's Kishara, the Kishara series. Okay, so it is. The book that we're talking about is called Hawksong, and it's by Amelia Atwater-Rhodes. Did I mix those up? No. Um, Occasionally, when I try to remember her name to look up her books, I type Amelia Rhodes Atwater. What am I doing? Um, but it's the Kishara series, and Hawksong, the one we're talking about, is the first book. The second book is Snake Charm. Third book is Falcon Dance. The fourth book is Wolf Cry, and the last book is I thought it said Wyvern Hall, and I was like, that's not what I remember. Wyvern Hale. Okay. Really cool titles, really cool names. Absolutely love it. And it's the reason I love it so much is because it's so imaginative, and I love like shapeshifter stories. I mostly like werewolves, but I like shapeshifter stories. This is about shapeshifters. Let me read you the description, and then I'll just talk. Um, Danica Charday is an avian shapeshifter, and the golden hawk's form in which she takes to the skies is as natural to her as her human one that graces her on land. The only thing more familiar to her is what? I copy and pasted this, and this sentence doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the only thing more familiar to her is it has raged between her people and the I don't know what it is. What's we're moving on. We're moving on. Um, I think war has raged between her people and the um, Serpiente for so long. No one can remember how the fighting began. Haha, it is war. Um, I knew war was a factor in the book. That's why I guessed war, by the way. Um, as as heir to the avian throne, she'll do anything in her power to stop this war, even accept Zane Cobriana, the terrifying leader of her kind's greatest enemy, as her pair bond. Surprise, surprise! It is a romance. A pair bond and make the two royal families one. Um, Trust is all that Zane asks of Danica and all they ask of their people, but it may be more than she can give. I butchered reading that, but I think you get the idea. Um, I really like that book. I like the series. I do like the series. I remember like bits and pieces of the series, but I remember more of Hawksong. And when I think about a romance, like I don't read, shockingly, I don't read a lot of romances. When I think about a romance that I want to read, this is one of them that I refer back to. Um, you would think I'd like enemies to lovers tropes more, considering that's what this is and that's what I refer back to. But that's not usually what I gravitate towards. But for this one, like it's cute, okay? It's cute. He likes her and it's cute, okay? Um, but that's not. I refer back to it when I think about like romance stuff that I want to read. Um, and the reason I refer back to it is because like we have a strong female character. We have a like he fell first kind of like male character, if I remember correctly, because that's how I remember it. It is very much in my memory as a he fell first and she was like trying to be a like badass all the time, and he's like trying to do right by his people. He's trying to do a good job, but he's also like in love with her, and that's so cute. Plus, the trust thing is really interesting. Like, it is a huge factor in the book, and it's really interesting. Um, it is about shapeshifters, and I love that too. But yeah, I think about this book a lot when I think about the kind of romance that I would like to read. If I am in the mood for a romance book, which isn't very often, by the way, um, kind of the first idea that comes to mind is like, oh, I want something like that. Do I find it very often? No, not at all. Maybe I should branch out into more romance, but it's been a difficult subject for me for a couple of years now, so I haven't been reading a ton of them. I'm hoping to eventually get back into it. Um, but as far as romances go, that is one of them that comes to mind. Um, and it's good. I enjoy it. It's a YA book, but I think it was one of those it's another one that's a little bit iffy as far as YA. I think it's not. I still don't think it's as iffy as like A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a fun book. I did enjoy that, but I just it's an older one than that, so like maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, it's a fun book, and if you get the chance to read it and you want to read a YA that has romance in it and it's very like enemies to lovers, war, he fell first. I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain. I only read it the one time. I've only read this book one time, and I refer back to it a lot in my brain. So, and I read it in high school, by the way. Like not even like senior year. I would say junior year. Yeah. Um, sophomore year. No, sophomore year. But yeah, it's a really fun book, and I refer back to it in my brain a lot, so it is stuck in there permanently. Hawksong is just in there. Maybe not in total, but the title and the scenes that I remember from it are just in there.